We are having so much fun in the garage today. We just put the battery back into the 911 and it breathes. It breathes again. So we'll clean things up and we'll take it for a nice long drive. Make sure everything's okay. Probably have to deal with like tires and pressures and stuff. Woo! Spring has begun. All right, it's March and we have got the 997 running again. We put the battery that had been on a tender, put the battery in this morning. So there's a big space in the garage because the 997 is on the road. So we're gonna go for a quick first drive, make sure everything's okay. No crazy lights or anything. And yeah, we're gonna see how it feels. Should be fun. Haven't driven it in a few months. And be nice to get back into it. We've got some weird stuff there. (2007) 997 turbo. Let's go for a drive. First thing I noticed, that door clunk. I'm not a big door clunk person. I'm not someone who thinks that oh, you can tell a car by the door clunk, but having not driven this car for 3 months now, been in lots of other cars, and I tell you, nothing sounded quite like that. So let's start her up. All right, we are rocking and rolling. Surprisingly, didn't sound like a barrel of bolts when it starts up. It usually does. Oil pressure is good. We got an indication for check lights. Lights for tire pressure, which is fine because I don't think that's actually true. All right, plan for today. We're gonna get it on the highway, drive around a little bit, and basically take it easy. Not expecting to be running too much boost here, just gonna keep the revs low. And enjoy it. Man, it feels so stable on the road. After driving the Volkswagen for a while, you know, and the M as well, they don't really have that kind of gravitas or that stability on the road. They're a little too light. But this is just a different animal altogether. Shifting feels good, oil pressure is good, steering feels fantastic. I really miss this thing, really miss this thing. So easy to drive, it's amazing. You step into this, I remember stepping into this the first time and thinking, okay, this is going to be tough, to drive. You know, I thought everything would be super heavy. It's really not. Shifting is so smooth. Clutch is light. And the engine is just, the power band is really nice, so smooth. Of course, you've got torque for days. It's actually just a really nice place to be. That's the other thing. So coming from the Volkswagen, as much work as we've put into making the interior nicer, you know, with new seats and door panels, etc. This is just a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Leather everywhere. It's just comfortable. Smells nice. I mean, you really could take a very long road trip in this. And I see why people daily them. I'm not rich enough to be able to daily it, but I can see why people do. It's a crazy combination of everything you'd want in a car, really. The turbos, which is why I think, and I know I'm biased, but why I think they're possibly one of the best cars ever made by anybody. It's just comfortable to be in. It's super luxurious inside. Very easy to drive, you know. It's reliable. These engines are quite well known for being quote unquote bulletproof as long as they're maintained properly. Relatively simple to maintain as well, just like a normal car, despite it being basically based on a GT1 race engine. And then combine that with savage power, impeccable handling, you know, Nordschleife at times that, you know, the same as a 458 Ferrari, which is clearly specifically built for, you know, track driving. It's really just everything. It's a complete package. You know, these guys aren't trying to save weight. You know, there are some really heavy items in this car. This is not a GT3 type car. You know, this is a heavy-ish, I mean 3,500 pounds, but they didn't try and save a lot of weight in this car. Yet the performance is still there. It's just ridiculous. This is a ridiculous car. Like they say, it's the supercar you can drive every day. And you really could. You really could drive it every day. So stable. One thing I noticed for sure is the suspension in this is so much more compliant. I mean, the Volkswagen is about as stiff as can be, and the M as well. So stepping into this feels so much more supple. It's just softer. Yet there is very little body roll. So it's that combination of things. It wants me to put the rear pressures up. I see. Because I'm on 39 on the rear left and 37 in the rear right. And it wants me to pump those up. But I think it's okay. So I may override the car on that decision. Otherwise, it's running really nicely. Really nicely. Got about 41,000 miles on this. I picked it up with 37,000, so put a few on it myself now, including some track miles, which was a fairly eye-opening experience. One of the most memorable moments, I think, of last year for sure. Getting this New Jersey Motorsports Park, where you just realize that any shortcomings you may have as a driver are quite easily made up for with the performance of this car. I don't profess to be that great on the track. I've done many track events, but I'm still learning. But I mean, you know, you put a monkey in this thing and you're overtaking absolutely everybody, no matter how much time they've had behind a wheel. It is quite savage. At the same time, it kind of took a little bit of, I'll be honest, it took a little bit of fun out of the experience, because I didn't feel like I was really doing anything, and I was going so fast. So less rewarding than I think the track M will be, the little M. I think that will be a really fun time. Because even driving that thing on the street is like a smile machine. It's impossible not to smile when you drive that thing. It is just such a different animal. I mean, stepping into this is just sophistication and luxury. That is the opposite of these things. But that's why we have different cars, right? There's different experiences. Idle is good. No problems. My real plan today is to try and burn off as much petrol as possible so I can fill it up with some fresh stuff. I don't really want to drive it too hard while we're still on. Petrol's been sitting in the tank for 3 months. So if we can burn off some petrol today and tomorrow, get some fresh gas in there, I'll be feeling a little better. I did have a PASM failure light when I first turned the car on, but that's normal after you change the battery or disconnect the battery and reconnect. Then that light went off. Basically, I took the car out of the garage, down the driveway, and by the time I got to the driveway, the light was off. So that was normal, and that's all good. So otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. Oil was changed just when I put it in to be, just when I stored it, so nice and clean oil. All other maintenance stuff is up to date. So right now, just enjoying. So stable through the corners. That's probably one of the fastest corners I've taken since I've bought it out, and it is remarkable. Just no drama whatsoever. No drama. You always feel like you can take things at twice the speed that you actually end up taking them. Very confidence-inspiring vehicle to drive. Alright, well, that's enough talking. I want to drive, and that means full concentration on the road. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this drive. Whoa.